The Villages is suing the Federal Trade Commission in its bid to protect the 24-month non-compete ban on former Properties of the Villages sales associates from selling real estate in the Villages. You want to work for us, you ain't going to make no money if you leave. That's pretty much what they're saying. Earlier this year, the FTC issued a final rule to promote competition by banning non-compete agreements across the nation. I think it's a good thing. I think certain industries may need it, but I think it's a good thing. Or they should have at least limited it to a certain time frame. Like the 2 years is absolutely insane because the Villages aren't paying these salespeople a salary. I mean, people need to understand, look at it from a salesperson perspective. They're not making a salary. They're actually salespeople selling something to get a commission. Okay? So if they decide at some point in time they want to leave the Villages, they should be able to do so on their free will. If not, then the Villages should have to pay them. That's my opinion. They should have to pay them during that 24-month. I bet you if that happened, that 24-month would drop down to 3 months overnight. So the FTC's final rule to ban non-competes will ensure Americans have the freedom to pursue a new job, start a new business, or bring a new idea to market. It makes sense. I mean, it's fine. Everybody who's been in non-competes, my wife, just out of an example, was in the plating industry for automotive. And her previous job, just prior to COVID, about a year prior to COVID, she started a new company, and their thing was, okay, look, we have a 1-year non-compete. We're going to pay you this much salary. But if you choose to leave or if we part ways, no matter who does it, if you get fired or laid off or whatever due to whatever, which was COVID, they had to lay her off due to COVID, they had to pay her 1-year salary. So my wife had salary all the way through to 2022, but that was negotiated up front. I don't see the Villages doing that. And I don't see them mentioning anything here that they're paying their salespeople any kind of income while they're training. So, I mean, I'm sure they would if they were doing it. They'd have it in this article, but I don't see it. The Villages is arguing that the non-compete agreement, which was famously challenged in court in 2021 by some former Village sales reps who struck out on their own, does not pose unreasonable restraints of competition. You know, again, you can't stop people from striking out on their own. It is what it is. The Villages community started from a humble beginnings in the 80s as a mobile home park with access to free golf. Well, that free is gone, right? Now you got to pay for it. But don't get me wrong, the Villages is beautiful. They've done a great job developing that, okay? Developing personal and lifelong relationships with residents or villagers is central to the Villages business model and brand. Because of the reputation the Villages has built, both new and returning customers frequently turn to the Villages, its sales team, rather than third-party brokers. Well, allow them to turn to brokers too. But you'd be surprised how many people list their home in the Villages that don't know that their listing with the Villages doesn't go out to the MLS or Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com or any of the thousands of other websites locally or across the world. They just don't. It's a very, very closed system. And that's probably why the Villages has about 3 times the inventory. Okay. The lawsuit makes a case that sales associates working for Properties of the Villages do not simply receive real estate training. They learn specifically how to sell homes in the Villages. It includes an intensive 3 months non-paid training period. I'm going to add non-paid there because I can't. If they were paying them, they would tell you there, right? The Villages argues that the 24-month non-compete ensures that a newly trained sales associate doesn't complete the 3-month training and walk across the street. Well, I mean, that's the life you live, I guess it is what it is. I think if you paid them during that 3-month period, maybe they'd tend to stay longer because how are they going to survive? I mean, are these people living in their mom's basement? They're not definitely, there's zero chance of them hiring an experienced salesperson, very little, unless they're retired and they already have an income. There's zero chance they're hiring an experienced realtor to come over on their team. Unless they have unless they have a living wage already. They're not paying their salespeople anything. So to me, because of that, this has got to go away. You can't ask someone to come on, train for free, and then tell them that you can't work for anybody else in the Villages for 24 months without being paid. Okay? Just not right. The lawsuit against the FTC also praises a ruling 3 years ago by Judge Moody. That'd be interesting. I'd love to hear that private conversation. Father of Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody, who sided with the villages in the case against the realtors who jumped ship. There was a wrong ruling, in my opinion. So I think personally the villages are way out base here. I don't think they're looking at it from a salesperson perspective. I think they need to revamp how they bring a salesperson in. I mean, what do they have over there? Like 200-something agents? 200-something salespeople? It's a lot. It's too many. And I think if they actually restructured their agent commission, restructured their agent's salary potentially during training, I think they would, number one, get much better people potentially coming in. They will get people that are a lot more willing to stay after their 3-month training is over. You can't just have people come in and not make any money and work for free. And my guess is they have them do a bunch of little side jobs as somebody who's making a salary should be doing, right? So if you're in sales, you're going to be selling homes, whether new or existing homes, and they got me out there doing, looking at a neighborhood or doing some report that somebody who's on a salary should be doing, then right there is the problem that I see. So nothing against villages. I mean, if they win, they win. It is what it is. I understand what they're doing. I understand why they're doing it. Because there's probably a lot of people in the villages sales team that probably would hop to somebody else at some point. With my conversations with them, most of them seemed okay. But I think a lot of them were getting tired that I talked to. You could see it in their eyes. You could just kind of tell in their eyes. We're probably getting bored potentially, and I think that's what the villages is trying to protect. But I think you're better off having less salespeople and then maybe giving them better benefits. That's my opinion. And then they'll stay. If you don't do that, then you're going to have people jumping ship. And hey, if you're looking to jump ship from the villages come September, give us a call. We will be love to have you come on. And you will get paid better. You'll make more money. There is a ton of leads. There's not a shortage of leads, and your experience will definitely be rewarded over here at our company. So everybody have a great day. And that was just one thing. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to tell everybody, real quick, put rates. Mortgage rates tick up for previous week. See, the Federal Reserve is just playing games, right? Playing games. Mortgage applications are at all-time lows, even lower than 2008. It's like you have to go back to the 90s to see how low these mortgage applications are. So they lowered rates a little bit, and then Wall Street, sniffed some crack, and all the Wall Street went up. And then next thing you know, they find out that, oh my God, the Fed's lying to us, and now you see the Wall Street pulling back again. Okay, so that's half the battle. Is the Federal Reserve just not telling people the truth about rates? They're not going to lower rates. If they are, they're going to be minuscule, and then they raise them back up. So everybody have an awesome day. I'm going to head off. Got some reviews coming probably tomorrow. And again, the village is suing the FTC, trying to keep their 24-month non-compete, no pay to the salesperson, no pay for training intact.